Yeah, and we just, I think we just settled on a new space actually.
Moving again?
Yeah, we just bought the office 3 doors down.
Oh, still
In the same park?
Yeah, same park, yeah.
So you're going to move?
Eventually, I guess they'll move into there, yeah. So even got a little warehouse in there.
Jeez, where the Highlight seat's going to go?
It's a bigger place.
They even agreed to build a
your warehouse isn't
Clenergy
where the
bar.
office is.
No.
Clenergy bar.
Clenergy bar.
That's a good idea. We'll make our way out to Clayton.
I've been asking for one for many years. So
You're not even going to be there. You're not even there.
Because there's no,
There's no booze.
there's no bar.
Are you guys doing anything else new and exciting?
What are we doing?
Talk about the...
clip lock testing kit. That's pretty cool.
Did we talk about that? No.
It's going for a long time, I think, that testing.
Oh well, we only started making it last year, like sort of putting everything together late last year. Yeah, I mean like the install guide, the videos, and we just come,
So is that for like installers?
The whole idea is we want to empower installers and this like commercial companies to be able to go on site and actually test how strong the roof is. This is only for clip lock.
Yeah. Are they meant to be doing that anyway?
Or was it just... I mean, the easiest way is to exactly find out what roof we're working with, like the actual, the labels and the brand.
So you got to pull the sheet up.
Yeah, but no one wants to do that.
Yeah.
And also, even if you do that, it's still not a surefire way of knowing whether the roof has been installed to specs. So there's a whole other layer, right? So by doing an actual roof testing on multiple locations on the roof, we now have the actual strength of how the roof sheet is to the actual roof structural members.
Yeah.
And then Clenergy Engineering, or any other engineering firm can then certify based on that.
So that's more sort of geared towards the commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, more commercial. That's where you can get your return. But the whole idea is like we empower installers, and then they can even on-sell that service to their customers and say, we go the extra mile. We're going to do this to make sure we get the best design for your project.
So you're selling the kits.
We sell the kit, do the training.
It's like onboard them to teach them how to use it.
Yeah, teach them how to use it and empower them. Yeah, we do the training.
Yeah, okay.
Empower them, and then they can go on and even on-sell that to other commercial companies if they want to, or just to their customers.
Well, back in the day, you used to just have the 3 clamps and a bit of earth wire. You rock up on the side inspection and be like,
yep,
well, we're good to go.
Feels good.
So what happens with that data? Are we going to track all that data?
What data?
Well, there's going to be now hundreds of real-world roof tests going on. With different types of roof sheets, right?
Because previously what we've done, we tried to remake the roof in a lab.
Yeah.
So we go to MTS, we get and we do the whole thing. We get the purlins, we get the roof sheet, we get the clips, and actual 6x6 bands, and then we do pull. But still, that's never gonna be identical to real world. Because sometimes installers miss the clips, and this is like roof installs. They miss the clips, or they put more clips. We don't know. So this would be real world data, and then we certify based on that.
Installers can get this now.
It's almost there. The kit's done. Install vat's done. I think it's just pending marketing release.
Yeah, that'll be on Easy Quote.
Would it be on Easy Quote?
Like to buy them?
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe.
Not sure. Are we actually going to sell the kits, or are we?
We're going to offer to sell, but we're also going to give the option for them to just buy it themselves. Because 95% of the parts is from Bunnings. So
you're being serious instead of
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh yeah.
It's all Bunnings parts. I went there and bought all the stuff myself, except for the force gauge. You have to get that from like the good ones. You have to get it from a proper lab test place.
Okay.
Then you obviously have to keep them calibrated and stuff.
Yeah, right? Every 6 months you got to get it recalibrated. It doesn't cost much. It's running costs really.
So when you're targeting for this, like middle of the year?
Probably June, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's already a sneak video out.
The one you did on your office?
Was it yours?
We did it on our roof.
Yeah, on your roof.
Yeah. Geza and a guy from Gamcorp did it.
Okay, so installer goes out with this kit to a commercial site,
and it all unpacks as well, so it's very more.
And they take
like a transformer,
lift the sheet, put it down, they do all the tests.
Not lifting the sheet, just go on the actual.
So they do all that.
Yeah,
and then they send like Clenergy all the data.
So we'll have like a form, proper checklist form, where you are, what are you doing. And then there'll be a table, this location, that location, all marked out on the actual roof. Test here, test there, test there. Send the data to Clenergy Engineering, and then they certify based on that data.
We could have a thing on the website where they just
Yeah,
Or they just
yeah,
plug
just
it
Like
in
an
straight
online
in,
yeah.
upload all everything
Yeah.
on the spot.
Is that for
Yeah.
site-specific stuff?
Yeah. So I mean, this is a good transition. I think ClipBlock as a whole, for this industry, and a lot of the big engineering firms are pushing for this. For ClipBlock, so non-penetrative roofing sheets, they're going to be pushing for site-specific certs for any project, pretty much, because there's just too many factors that can come in with concealed roofs that they need a personal touch to all these projects.
That aren't covered in your general.
Yeah, the generic
So-
certs, it's either going to be too conservative and it's going to be hard to work with,
Yep.
or it's too generic or too conservative that it's not going to work on an ROI kind of point of view.
But that's based on the fact that we don't have enough data yet to know really real world how these roofs are behaving, right? But as that data becomes available,
As we do more tests, real life
then
testing,
those generic certs can become
could
less
be a lot.
conservative, right?
Yep.
But no one else is doing this. Are they?
Like
Testing,
tool-
collecting
tool
real
like
world
this.
data? Like
Well, no, not yet, no.
So you think there's a big push industry for that on the commercial side,
I think-
especially for concealed?
I think there is, because there's going to be a lot of changes coming in. Like I said, with material pricing going crazy, the new wind standards coming out, so there's going to be a lot of like frustration, I would say, with everything, with any new standard, right?
Will that affect the larger commercial panels, especially if they're on tilts? You need like triple rail, triple tilts.
It would definitely, like, the pressures are going to go up. The requirement of 3 rails are going to be more fixings.
Yeah.
And the tricky part about ClipLock is that the big firms are pushing for clamping over purlins only. So multiple fixings is not going to really help when you're limited to your purlin span. And then now you're just you're going to have rails running on one direction only. If you can think it from a design point of view, it's very complicated.
That'll be a subframe.
Yeah.
That's going to add double
We used to do
double
that in
framing.
Shimano.
double framing cost.
We did subframe with Sunlock a lot.
We did, mate. We did.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the quotes too.
Sunlock channel.
Oh yeah.
You got the MT rail.
Yeah. But so that's the push, and hopefully with all this new data, we can sort of make it a bit more easier. Less painful.
Information's power.
For Resi, we're all good though.
No one cares.
Yeah, and I've said this ashore, like Clenergy has been installing for nearly 14, 15 years now. We've got all this data on these roofs. Like, instead of doing all this theory stuff, computer stuff, let's just go on and let's just see how these things have been performing for 15 years.
True.
That's good.
It's the ultimate test, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of commercial tilts used on residential applications now. I think it's coming back. I'm bringing it back.
You're bringing it back.
I think it just looks so much better and neater.
It
The cable
does.
management's a lot better, and like you don't see that ugly the ugly junction box and the cables. Yeah, no, I'm seeing a big. Well, I'm trying to get them out there because you can, depending on the roof profile
Do
and
you have that much
dimensions,
influence,
you
or?
can you can definitely get more on, maximize the roof.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with the new 15s. The one I sent you.
New 15-degree tilts.
Comte.
Oh, the Comte. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice install.
Well, the roof was like flat and it was sloping south at 5 degrees, and we could only fit 15 panels if we used the Com 15s. If you use the portrait tilts, you could fit like 13.
Yeah, right, okay.
So it just made sense. But yeah.
Other than that, I think, new stuff, like probably the biggest project we've been working on for the last 12 months and was just launched the other day is the new cable tray.
Runner?
Yeah.
Mick!
Mick Judgic, the man, he's battled to get that thing ready for the last 12 months and it was launched, so good uptake. Have you bought any yet? Or?
Have we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Have we?
And I've got a pull-up banner at the office.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
It's not up yet, but I've got it. Yeah.
so what's the main difference compared to, like traditional cable tray? Obviously, like it's stall specific, but what are the main differences?
The main difference is there's
It's all little things, isn't it?
it's little things,
Yeah.
but also if you ask somebody why do they use Clenergy PV Easy Rack, for example, generally the product's okay, but it's all the things behind that product, right? And so what we got pushed or pulled into that market by a lot of the wholesalers, especially the electrical wholesalers who sort of move a lot of that stuff. And they were saying, we want the same service and support and innovation and stock holdings and, friendly service and all those sort of things from you guys. Can you bring out a product, bring out a tray? And we said, yeah. At the same time, fortuitously, there was a new a new coating that was being used in the solar industry, which is called MAC coating, which has been used for a number of years now on large scale ground mount projects, which is basically way more economical than hot dip galv, but also provides a better corrosion resistance. And also it's self-annealing, so when you cut it, you don't have to get out the galv spray and spray the edge or whatever. It actually heals itself over where you've cut it, which is a big deal for a lot of installers, especially when you're using this stuff every day. So that's probably the immediate innovation that makes us different.
That's a huge difference.
I mean, also we just did little things like put the solar warning.
The stencil.
That's cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
So that's actually stamped into the lid.
On the lid,
It's little things like that, and so next we'll do a stakeholders group and we'll start to innovate. But at the moment we've just got a basic range, 150 mil, 300 mil tray with lids and accessories. But yeah, once we start to get feedback from the installers using it on the ground, they give us some ideas about what they want to see. That's when it's going to get really cool and we can start to really innovate more and expand.
It's still in its infancy.
It is. It's just. The first cell is dividing, you see, and the DNA it hasn't even written itself yet. So.
But it must integrate well with the existing racking.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
or better than the old cable tray would.
But it might get you a whole new other market of customer as well. Like people haven't used your regular framing and attracts with the cable tray.
So you the cable tray.
No, 100% will. Yeah.
Oh, look, it was just it made sense for us to go into that space. We sell a lot of metal. We bring a lot of metal in. We've got good relationships with suppliers overseas, so we can source it and make sure that QC is where it needs to be.
And mix the man to bring it to this position. Like, is there more investment resources there? Like, with mix the man at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we brought Mick on 12 months ago. We hired a dedicated tech support person.
Just for runner.
Just for runner.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So he's helping out with PV Easy Rack as well at the moment while it starts to kick off, but. Yeah, the rest of it, the same sort of staff and support that we have for PV Easy Rack, logistics,
shared resource.
It's a shared resource, all those sort of things.
But there's a dedicated technical resource. You got Mick obviously with the sales and operation of it. So
correct.
You got to start somewhere.
Safe hands.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and other than that, we're launching we're getting into the camping industry now.
Well, off grid.
What, like folding kits, like folding solar panel kits?
Tent pegs.
That's
a bit below.
A
bit below the level.
No, we're releasing a bunch of portable batteries basically. So that's coming out very soon, probably in the next 3 months or so.
That's pretty soon.
Currently looking for the next Mick Jojic to head that up for us.
Job advert live.
Okay. So if anyone wants to apply,
I think you got what it takes.
If you think you've got what it takes,
is that coupled with like a solar folding kit, or is it just like
comes with a panel?
Yeah, the basics so far we've got I think a 400 watt, a 600 watt, and a 1000 watt.
I've got one that's like a 75 watt Suntech.
Okay.
Folding kit.
Oh no! It's a 100
watt.
No.
There's
You're talking about the batteries.
The batteries, not the panels.
The battery's 100.
No, the panel.
100
amp hour.
The panel is 100 watts.
Okay.
The battery comes in 400, 6, and 8, and 1000.
Okay.
No, it's a 400, a 600, and a 1000.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the battery.
Anyway, that's in its infancy. That's kind of right now where Runner was 12 months ago.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's.
You're not resting on your laurels, like you're trying to do new things. It's good. Like,
well, we think there's a niche there, and
is the box made out of like rail?
No, it's not made out of rail.
Does it have like an L-foot handle or something?
No, there's no PV Easy Rack products in there, unfortunately.
Oh.
Are there industries or anything other than solar that Clenergy is trying to tap into?
Well, I mean, with the batteries, we can target the boat and camping fishing industry.
BCF.
Yeah, BCF, all those sort of things. Tool shops, tradies will have these things in their ute if they don't already. It does open up some other opportunities. Yeah.
So there, within 3 months or so, hopefully there's a product there.
Well,
cool.
you know,
say 3 to 6 months. Well, let's just be
there's one there
realistic.
now. Well, there's one there now. The certifications will be done 6 weeks probably.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I don't.
So in June sometime, maybe.
Yeah, June.
Got it running in my balcony. Pretty good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I gave one to a friend of mine who lives in a van for half of the time. Yeah, and he's testing it out, putting it through its paces at the moment. So real world sort of. That's what you want.
Photos of them. We posted them.
I'll send you my little setup.
Put it in the video.
Yeah, that's called the Jerry, like little Jerry can.
How many people in Camberwell have like these little portable?
I'm probably the only one in my building with his handles up in the balcony.
I don't know that you're allowed to do that.
Me and my installer, Keen and me made one together.
Yeah.
I was going camping, so we got like an old car battery, pick
cool.
apart for like $60,
Oh.
which is horrible.
Mm.
And then I go onto the Bunnings battery boxes. You know, it's got alligator clip DC and like it's got all the cabling. And then we just took the whole thing apart and we built a like ply form, like a custom box with wheels on it.
Yeah.
Like LED strip in it.
Wow.
And got like 150 watt AC inverter in there. And we've got like the status. It's got the battery DC voltage. It's got the USBs on it.
Oh, the USB.
And it's actually got a Clenergy L foot as a handle with an MC4 cable lugged to itself.
Better than
as
the
a
Jerry
bit of a
already.
pull.
Why are you selling that?
As he was
Now
saying
you're
it,
telling me this, that you've got this battery coming. You spent 3 weeks on this thing.
as you were saying that, I was imagining. Remember when Homer Simpson was designing his car? It was like
yeah.
cup holder over here.
So I was like,
practical.
we'll put an LED strip in. He's like, why? So I can see
Yeah.
at night. Because at the moment you pull over, it's just like this. It's like snakes and ladders in there at the moment. There's just crap everywhere. But just an old car battery. You want to put like a deep cycle one.
Yeah.
You know, if I use it once a year, I'm prepared.
At the Formula One.
It's two 60-watt SunTech panels from Energy Matters, which have already delaminated, and they haven't seen sun. They've been under the house for 10 years.
Where do you pinch? Oh, you found them under the house.
Energy Matters, like at my parents' house for 10 years. I got the Morningstar regulator too from Energy Matters.
Still going.
I've used it for 10 years. It's working now.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, nah, but I'm really happy that you're making that now.
Have you got a brand name for it?
Nah, we'll workshop the name. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, it's Jerry. It's called Jerry.
With a J or a J?
A J. Yeah, like Jerry Seinfeld. Except it's
comedian.
J-E-R-I.
I was watching Seinfeld before today.
Okay, that's good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm rewatching it.
Yeah, like a jerry can, you know.
Yeah.
You don't carry a
That's
jerry
the
can
idea.
anymore. You carry a little battery around.
I know Jerry Cans from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
it.
segue
I've never
from
seen a
that
Jerry
to
can
what
in
I'm
real
gonna
life,
ask
I
Ivan.
I live a sheltered life, Sean.